So here are 9 small music venues that you can go see live music at in St. Louis this week. So in my video about the music venues that are closed now in St. Louis, I didn't mean to make it sound like there are no music venues in St. Louis anymore. In fact, there are quite a few. In fact, you can go see some live music this week at one of these 9 venues. This is the South Side edition. This is not meant to be a comprehensive list. If you have a music venue that you really love that I didn't talk about in this video, tell everybody about it in the comments. Das Bevo. Das Bevo is located inside this historic former Anheuser-Busch building, formerly owned by Anheuser-Busch. It's a whole history behind this building all by itself. I should probably do a whole video on that. If you want to see that, let me know in a comment. Das Bevo has gone from being a restaurant to primarily being an event space, but they do host live music a couple of nights a week on this outdoor stage. The heavy anchors in the Bevo neighborhood, and they have a capacity of about 120 people or so, I think. Don't quote me on that. They're a small venue. They host music pretty much weekly, and they do some comedy and some other events as well. In the very unappreciated neighborhood of Carondelet, we have the Sinkhole. The Sinkhole is a tiny little place that hosts a lot of punk rock acts. I love it. You'll probably love it too. Down on South Broadway, across the street from the old Lemp brewery, see, there it is Off Broadway. Off Broadway is a great music venue. Really nice room, great sound system, and they tour a lot of national touring acts as well as local acts, of course. In fact, looks like there's a touring act parked outside at the moment, and according to the calendar, that would be probably Brooks Nielsen. I could be wrong. I'm not going to knock on the door and find out. Cherokee Street is lousy with music venues. Let's start with Moshmellow, which used to be the popular venue Foam. And about a block away is the Whiskey Ring, and they host music frequently on their patio. Down the block and across the street from the Whiskey Ring, we have the Golden Record. The Golden Record used to also be known as 2720, which also happens to be the building's address. And just a few steps away from the Golden Record, we have Yaquis, which hosts music pretty much every night of the week, and they make amazing wood-fired pizza. On South Grand, we have CBGB. New York doesn't have CBGB anymore, but St. Louis does. You know the biggest difference between CBGB in New York and CBGB in St. Louis? CBGB in St. Louis is still open. They host music frequently, and it's often free. Go see some live music.